Welcome to the Goose Riot Bad Movies podcast. I'll be your host today. My name is Chad, joined by a few co-hosts here. To my left, we've got
Dave.
So excited. I'm Tanner.
Randy Newman.
I don't believe that's actually your name.
Josh.
Just because you want to have sex with him
Randy
doesn't
Newman.
mean you are him. Anyways, today we're going to be reviewing, actually the title of this episode is going to be Po' Boys and Pasties. And this week we had the pleasure of reviewing a movie called Hell Baby.
So good.
Hell Baby was a movie starring Rob Corddry and Leslie Bibb, mostly.
Yes. 6-star movie, by the way.
It was an awesome movie. It was definitely up there as far as bad movies go. Plot-wise, it was basically about this expectant couple who moves into the most haunted house in New Orleans, of all places. It's basically the ghetto in New Orleans. And,
What part of New Orleans isn't the ghetto?
Yeah.
That is true. Well, you know, Katrina did most of the work, most of God's work there, cleaning that city up. But they might have missed a few spots here and there. But
Lost a few listeners there. That's cool.
you know what? If they're still listening after last week, they're here to stay. If we'll be honest.
They don't have computers there anyway. It's cool.
You can't lose much from zero, can you?
No.
All right, we're
Yeah.
good.
No.
Negative listeners.
Exactly. But basically, you know, their house is super haunted. They call upon the Vatican's top men.
They don't.
Top
Do they?
men.
They don't make the call, do they?
They don't. They
No,
the
they
Vatican
already
kinda shows
know.
up. Yeah.
They know that this is going to happen, so
Yeah,
they
yeah.
send the two top, like, ninja
Top
priests.
Men.
Yes. Well
Yeah.
done.
But basically, they send them to save them from their demonic hell baby. So
Which, though, by the way, is two guys from Reno 911.
right, exactly. Basically, the movie opens up. They move into this house, and what was it? There was just the dog. That was the first thing they saw. Was
The ghost dog.
the Rottweiler. Yeah, well, it wasn't. I guess you could call it a ghost dog. The dog didn't really play much part in this movie, though.
No.
The dog kind of just stood there.
Yeah, it was
But-
dumb.
Growled
really-
at Rob Corddry's character.
Yeah, he fucking hated Rob Corddry
Yeah.
for some odd reason.
I'm not overly fond.
Yeah,
You
but
shut up.
basically they're talking about how much money they're going to make off of this house because they paid $320,000 for it, and it's just this huge mansionly house, and basically from there, you know, they talk about it being in the ghetto and shit like that. You have any other thoughts on this? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, you're
I just
really
watched
you're
this movie.
stretching
What's-
it out.
But you're like explain the plot though. Like
All
I
right.
feel like I did that.
Basically,
they're gonna have a demon baby.
but you don't know that immediately. They're pregnant. They bought a house. The house is shit. They hear that it's haunted.
Okay, the main character's wife is pregnant.
Yep.
And after you meet the dog, you then start to see different things change with the wife.
Correct.
Right.
So you start to suspect that there's something going on with her.
Yes.
She, her voice changes and sounds
Well,
like a demon.
Right off the bat, we get introduced to the best character in the movie,
Oh, of course.
Which is-
You cannot forget
Key.
Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah, Key from Key and Peele. He is the resident token black guy in this movie, which is weird because he doesn't die.
And he's in New Orleans. I don't
Token
think
black guy in New
there are
Orleans?
such things.
He was the token black guy for this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't mean
Which
for
is
New Orleans.
odd.
Yeah, it's odd because he didn't die. They're supposed to die.
Yeah,
That's what the government's taught you to believe, anyway.
yeah.
Did
And
you
Walt
watch?
Disney.
Did you watch the end of the movie?
Yeah, he didn't die at the end.
He
Yeah,
got,
Did he die?
hit by a
You
car.
got hit by a
Oh,
car.
I don't count that as
By the
dying.
Spoiler
way,
That doesn't
alert.
fucking
by
count.
the way,
we don't know that he
will
died.
spoil this movie plenty. So
Anyways, what makes him such a good character, though?
Yeah, no, he lives in the crawl space in their house. But the weird thing is Rob Corddry doesn't really ever question it. They just kind of go with it. I mean, he's like, "Why are you living in?" It's not like he just lets it happen.
He
though.
starts
I feel like
blackmail.
it's
Right.
a cultural thing for New
And
Orleans.
But he keeps
you just
showing
naturally
up
have a black
like
guy in the
unexpected, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
scares Rob Corddry every single time.
This
too.
movie is basically Rob Corddry screaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what this whole movie is, which I'm okay with. 100% okay with it. But from there, things keep moving around the house. That's your typical horror movie. This lady, she basically Rob Corddry goes to take a nap. And I'm not skipping anything, right? I feel
No,
like
you're good,
there's
you're
not
good.
really much progression in this movie. It's
No,
just things
it's-
happening.
yeah.
You know? Basically, Rob Corddry goes to take a nap, And as he's taking this nap, he thinks his wife is crawling under the covers to blow him. Well, she starts getting teethy, and he basically rips off the covers, and it's this old 90-year-old woman.
Looks
Mrs.
like
Newbaum.
Golem with some
Who we
hangy
think
tits.
is a demon, though, when we first see her.
Yeah, we think she might be a demon or something, haunted. But no, she's just one of New Orleans' finest that Katrina missed. And she's 90 years old, and she's gumming it up real good.
In
on Rob
Katrina's
Corddry.
defense, she probably doesn't have a
So-
house anymore.
So
No.
Rob Corddry takes it into his own hands, hits her over the head with a fire extinguisher.
Yes.
And then they can't feel a pulse on her. So
Yeah, his wife, who is at this point drinking she's pregnant
smoking.
with twins. She's drinking and smoking.
Drinking paint
Heavily.
thinner.
Yeah.
well,
she
we
wasn't
don't
drinking
find
paint
that
thinner
out
yet.
until later.
It was wine until they ran out of wine.
Yeah.
Then she switched
Okay.
off to paint thinner. But yeah, she's drinking pretty heavily throughout the movie, and as she comes in, Rob Corddry's about to call the police to report what he had done, and she's like, "No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be in jail at the beginning of this baby's life." She's like, "You're gonna have to bury her in the backyard." So they wrap her up in blankets and they carry her to the backyard, and decide to bury her.
Yeah. And then the cops come, and you're introduced to the guy from Reno 911.
Well, the cops is Paul Scheer, which is Andre from the League, who pretty much plays the same part
Oh, yeah,
in
you're right,
everything
you're right,
that he
you're right.
plays.
You're right. That wasn't the Reno 911 guy.
Yeah, no, it was Paul Scheer and what's the other guy's name?
I'm looking it up
He
now.
plays the sex addict in
Yeah. In the league.
the League too.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff, but yeah, he's got.
I like him.
Yeah, I do too.
He's
creepy as fuck, but yeah,
weird.
yeah.
He is. 1 second. Rob Hubel.
There you
Rob Hubel. That's not what I would have expected his name to be. He doesn't sound
go.
like a
What
Rob Hubel.
would you expect his name to be?
Carl Sagan.
Okay.
I don't know why.
He's a
Alright.
white guy. I disagree.
That's true. That's a good
Chim Richards.
point. Chim.
Anyway,
Jim Ritual.
Jim or Chim?
Chim.
Chim. That's nice.
so the movie progresses.
Right.
He starts. Rob Corddry starts thinking something's wrong, so he gets her to go to a shrink.
Yep.
And the shrink mysteriously disappears.
Well,
Well-
first of all, she points out the super bulge in the shrink shorts.
Yeah,
about
that's nice.
How they can see his penis through his pants. And he's like, oh, yeah.
Because he's
you
dressed
can.
like Lance Armstrong.
Right. He's dressed just like Lance.
Sort of. Wait,
Except he's
he's got two balls.
Yeah, he's got more than one ball.
Yeah.
And probably doesn't take steroids.
No.
Allegedly.
I don't know. If he's-
Actually, I think it's been proven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But still, it's allegedly.
Yeah,
yeah.
live strong.
Team Lance. But anyways, from there, basically, she comes out of the shrink's office because Rob Corddry was on the phone with Key, who was telling him that the cops were at the house, and he basically tells him to get rid of the cops and explains that he didn't do anything wrong, which is exactly what a guilty person would say. At that point, she comes out of the shrink's office. This is literally 2 minutes after she went in there, and she tells him that the shrink said she was fine. It was just stress, it was baby related, and he prescribed her a prescription for Valium.
My mom's doctor actually did that when she was pregnant with me.
No one at this table is surprised.
That was
Yeah.
after the abortion didn't take, though.
Fair enough. The times were different back then.
I can see why she'd be depressed at that point.
Medical
Yeah.
science wasn't where it is today. Things didn't always work.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but at that point, it cuts to the scene. Cuts to a scene where Rob Corddry is about to open the door to go ask the doctor why he's prescribing his pregnant wife Valium, but she basically, boo-hoos her way out of it and tells her if he asks, she doesn't, he doesn't love her.
He does open the door, but he
Right.
doesn't look.
He opens the door, doesn't look, and basically you see this, shrink well, he's pinned, to the wall, crucified style. I don't know how to better explain that. With his, he's basically been gutted.
Yep.
His shit's hanging out everywhere. And not his dick. His innards.
His
I'll clarify
guts.
that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What happens after that?
Oh, then they go back. That's when the cops also come in and start asking questions about his murder. You're introduced to the sister of the wife.
The traveling
But first, the cops do show up and start questioning Corddry
Yeah.
and saying, we can't find this lady. Do you know anything about her? He's like, no. And they're like, are you sure there, Copernicus? And he's like, I'm positive. He's like, okay, are you definitely sure, Mozart? They just start using different names for him the entire time until they find out that the lady was actually not dead. That he buried in the backyard.
They pull him over to a cart with her laying on it, covered up with a white blanket.
Right.
And they pull the blanket off, and like, do you know her? And then she starts getting up, cackling. She's not really dead. She basically just wanted to say thank you for the nap, and she was completely naked, orangutan titties just hanging out everywhere.
It's obviously a bodysuit, but still,
straight gray bush popping.
It was pretty disgusting.
Yeah, and from that point, they make the cops make Rob Corddry give her a hug, which is
that scene lasted entirely too long.
It did. Well,
like they stretched
every
scene in this movie out,
along with the title of this podcast tonight. Po' boys and pasties.
Yeah.
The po' boy scenes, though they went on forever, were absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, they were necessary.
And for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, he did say po' boy scenes. There are probably three scenes in this movie where you're just watching people eat po' boy sandwiches and enjoy themselves.
And moaning and
again,
laughing.
it's New Orleans. That's what they do there.
And it feels like they last for at
they
least
moan
3
and
minutes.
eat at the same time.
And it's always immediately
Well,
followed by a
jazz.
gratuitous strip club scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
It made no sense at all.
Meh.
That transition, but
Nope.
Apparently that's what you do in
It's
New
a
Orleans.
po' boy
boys and
/
pasties.
strip clubbery.
Something like that.
Yeah. That's what you do.
Well, no, the po' boy scene, they were just in this same po' boys restaurant.
yeah.
But usually after the po' boys, they went to the strip club.
Saw some titties.
Yeah.
There were a lot of tits in this movie.
Really?
I didn't think there were that many.
There were 2 strip club scenes with probably 3 to 5 girls in each one. Plus, they had the extended scene when the sister was first introduced.
That part, there was
that
a
was
lot
good.
of...
scene, though.
There were tits on screen for probably about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It was full
I was
frontal.
okay with it.
You have full frontal there, too.
Really?
Yeah.
For the
I didn't notice.
for the guys, but not for the ladies.
Mm.
So, ladies, if you were looking to see
Yeah.
A little
Some,
bit of Rob Corddry.
No dick.
kibbles and bits,
I
so
know,
to speak.
I know how much ladies would enjoy seeing Rob Corddry's dick, but no, it didn't happen. You get a little ass action.
He's
dick, though.
He's a heartthrob.
He does
Yeah,
have swag.
that baldness.
Yeah.
Bald is beautiful, baby. But yeah, basically after the cops leave, I think this is where he went inside and he was going to get in the shower, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
and he thought it was his wife.
He thought it was his wife. You know, he goes to open the curtain and. Well, no, he first he thought it was Mrs. Newbaum or whatever her
the
name is,
the
the
old
old
lady.
lady that he thought he killed. He thought it was her at first, but then he asked and it sounded like his wife, so he went to climb in. This is where you get his ass. And then, it ended up being his sister, and it was this really awkward scene where she was, completely nude. She was standing there. Rob Corddry, had a raging erection while he was standing there, and she basically asked him to help her rub lotion on as she lotioned up, her tits and everything. Then she decided she was going to lotion him up. It was just a really awkward scene.
Quick question. With the old lady that looked like Golem with the hanging titties.
Yeah.
What is the oldest age a woman could be where you would still want to see her naked?
Ooh.
Just give me a number. 75?
No, I mean, it depends what she looks like. I mean, if we're talking...
No. Just general, like you picture this woman when you hear this age.
Well, let me
If
just
you say 50?
Let me just throw this out there. Jane Seymour, I think that is
I don't
her
know who
name.
That is.
The mom in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Quinn, Medicine
Dr.
Woman.
Quinn.
She's over 60.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
I would totally look at her tits.
Yeah.
Well, same with Mary Louise Parker. Mary Eloise Parker? I don't remember how you say it. The chick from Weeds.
Yeah.
Mom from Weeds.
Oh, she's like 40 something.
No.
Yeah, she is.
She's older than that.
No.
I guarantee it.
Oh, we are gonna
I
Google
think she's
that.
like 50.
I'm about to Google that.
She might be 40, but I'm...
Yeah.
Betty White.
No.
92?
Mm.
So you're saying 75. You sticking with that?
So you're
not
saying
sticking
there's a
with that.
chance.
All right.
She is 50 this year.
Yeah. I knew she was up there.
Wow.
She was up there.
She looks good for 50.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's
Yeah.
her, the chick from Back to the Future, the one we were talking about, was it last week? Week
Oh,
before?
yeah.
Back to the Future 3.
Yeah, the
She
mom.
played the teacher.
Or the, yeah.
She was Doc Brown's love interest.
I don't
No,
remember.
her. Mary Steenburgen.
Mary Steenburgen, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Ted
would
Danson's
probably-
wife.
Yeah, Ted Danson. I fucking love Ted Danson. But
Bald is beautiful,
I would
man.
totally fuck the shit out of his wife.
Because he's completely bald.
She's not, like, hot, but she's attractive. in a motherly way.
We are taking a turn here.
No.
You okay with that? I mean, you
Edit
want
this action here.
you want someone who's gonna serve you a grilled cheese sandwich afterwards?
Yes. Isn't that what everyone wants?
So
I do love
Mrs.
grilled
Nussbaum
cheeses.
was played by a dude named Alex Berg.
Yes, he was.
That's good
Yeah.
fun.
She was
You could tell. I mean,
He was also the cheerful guy in the movie.
cheerful guy.
Was that the rental car
It
guy?
It
How
might
he was-
be.
No, it's different from rental car guy,
Rental car guy's a different guy.
Cheerful guy.
according to IMDb.
I don't know.
Well, long story short, with the whole stuff starts.
Well, hold
going,
on. You didn't answer the question. What's the
What?
age for you?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you can't ask a
I
question
just
and not
throw
fucking
this
answer
stuff
it.
Yeah,
out
I
there.
agree with that. You got to answer the question.
I don't know. 60?
Example. Give me an example of who at 60.
I don't know. Give me
You
an
have to have
example
an-
of someone who is 60.
No, you have to have an example for that number. Well, you can't just say 60. Man, I'd look at that 60-year-old's titties.
Oh, God.
That's just random as fuck. Like, yeah, man, you know what I could go for today? Some 60-year-old titty. Like, I don't care what she looks like, man. She's 60, and I want to see her titties.
I'm not saying that's what I'm looking for.
No,
I'm just saying
it's basically what you said.
I'm just saying that 60 is as old as I would care to say.
No, but see,
Let
that's
me-
the problem. You can't gauge titties by age.
Let me just
range.
throw this out there. Helen Mirren is 69 years old.
I'm learning a lot about you today.
I'm just saying, you can't gauge a
She's
titty
a
by
smoking
age
hot biddy.
range. You can't gauge a titty by age range. You have to gauge it by the person. If a 70-year-old woman that was hot came up to me and said, "Hey, you want to see my
She can
titties?"
have surgery.
Yes, I would love to
fix
see
them.
your titties. But if a haggard old bitch came up to me like fucking Joan
So when they're
Rivers.
ugly, they're bitches.
Oh.
Is
If
that what you're
Joan
trying
Rivers
to say
came
here?
up to me, I would say, "Please get away from me, Joan Rivers.
it-
I know you're dead."
Yeah, why are you talking?
Right. Exactly.
That's first what you would ask.
You're like, well, this is hell, baby.
True.
But no, I'm just saying, age range wise, it all depends on the person.
I would still say probably.
But apparently,
65.
you're just in a 60 age range. Any 60-year-old comes
Well,
up, you're motorboating them some bitches.
Honestly, I still think I would probably say 50.
Yeah, 50 is a
But-
safe bet. 50, you're still good.
But there's still,
There's still a little life
very
left.
attractive women over 60.
yeah, there's still a
Yeah.
little life
but
left in the
I would
Alright.
say 50 is probably a cutoff
Yeah.
because that's
Well,
that's
you know what's his face? Ron White.
Yeah.
You know his
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah. Roll them back up.
Yep.
But so back to the movie. After they do the rub down scene in the bathroom, Key comes in and he basically, that's another thing about Key. He knows everything about everyone. They don't ever explain how or why.
It's because he's hanging out in the crawl space.
Yeah, that's not really why though, because he already knew about Curly Bear. What the fuck was that? What was his
Yeah.
name? Curly Bear. Like he knew all that, and he knew what they did and who they were when they first moved into the house too. Like he did a fucking background check. That was another thing that too. Rob Corddry found this mysterious box that he kept under his bed, and Key came looking for it later on in the movie, asking where his vintage porn was. It was vintage porn, but the vintage porn looked like Rob Corddry's wife, which was kind of weird. But Key comes in, he starts talking to Leslie Bibb, Vanessa's sister, the one that's pregnant with the hell baby.
yeah.
And basically, what happened after that?
I don't remember that scene.
Basically, he walked in and he got in the shower while they were all standing in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Did I miss that?
He walked
You
in
must
and
have.
they talked to each other.
While they were talking, he hopped in the
I'm
shower.
sorry to hear about Curly Bear or whatever. And then it proceeded to another scene which made no sense. It then went to the priests, explaining a little bit more about the priests who were there to take care of the situation that's
Right.
going on with Leslie Bibb's baby now, which we're now finding out more and more that this is most likely a demon baby.
Right. Well, there's 2 babies in her stomach.
Right.
They don't go on to explain how many of them are, demonic.
It's supposed to be like a Rosemary's Baby kind of thing.
Right.
And so after all that, then it starts to escalate more and more, and then they start to feel an earthquake in the house. So they start... Well,
No,
first...
you skip the seance.
Oh, yes, I was going to say, first they do have a seance to cleanse the house.
Was that the guy from Harold and Kumar?
No. That was a guy from Franklin and Bash. I don't think he was in Harold.
He was in something
He wasn't
else.
in Harold
I've
Kumar.
seen
He's
him.
been in stuff recently. but he played Pinder or Pinder in Franklin and Bash. I don't remember what else he's been in though. But yeah.
So first, Leslie Bibb's sister, or the character that got rubbed down with Rob Corddry, they decide they're gonna cleanse the house, so they go to have a séance and smoke a lot of weed.
Right.
When they do, they smoke entirely too much weed and get really, really high. And she tells them just to ride it out, and they start to freak out. Then they start to feel the house shake, and they think it's an earthquake. So they run outside, and they're like, and nothing's going on outside. So they're like, I don't understand what's going on. What does that all mean? We got to go back inside, which obviously makes perfect sense. If it's only happening in the house, let's go back in.
Inside.
Most of the actions taken in this movie don't make much sense.
Right. So they go back in. The house is shaking again. So they go and grab Leslie Bibb, go outside. Everything stops shaking. Then they decide to go back in the house anyways. This is when the priests then show up and explain to the cops who have come to question the couple what are they doing there.
Hey, real quick. Gnaw dog or raw dog? Sigourney Weaver.
Ooh.
No,
63, by the way.
The only answer to this question is fuck no.
Why?
Because she was in Alien and she's gross.
But did you see her in Heartbreakers?
Yeah, but it's something about her hair. Her hair's stupid.
Her hair is stupid.
Like, that's how I feel about Sigourney Weaver. I look at her. I have a thing about girls' hair. Just ask Todd and Tanner.
That's
Any
why
chicks that play like Medusa or something, no good.
That's why you haven't
Medusa
dated
was
much
hot.
recently.
Oh, well, she had snakes on her head.
Yeah.
I thought it was hot.
Snakes look better than fucking Sigourney Weaver hair.
Oh, okay.
So
that brings up another question too. Then though, so is it just the short hair, or is it her hair is stupid?
no, her hair's stupid.
Okay.
It does a weird, stupid thing. Like, it looks like a maple leaf from Canada. Like, when I look at her hair, that's what I see. It looks like
Okay.
a stupid maple leaf.
I could kind of see that.
And I fucking hate Canadians. I'm just kidding. I don't like Canadians.
I love syrup.
Love the NHL. Thanks, guys, for your support.
I just think her hair's stupid.
Okay.
If your hair looks like a Canadian leaf, fuck you. Like a maple leaf, fuck you.
Touche.
That's all I'm saying. But,
So, the priests then explain that they're there to figure out why they're there. They know they're supposed to be there, but they don't really know why. The cops then say to the priest, she's pregnant. They're like, she's pregnant? We had no idea. We're here then to take care of her child because it's going to be the Antichrist or the devil or something like that.
Not the happy kind of like babysitter take care of either.
Right.
I'm going to take care of that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Like,
They're going to Casey Anthony that motherfucker.
that's too soon.
Allegedly. There's no such thing as too soon.
Yeah, touche. So then crows start falling from the sky, and that obviously means that something evil is going to happen.
Right.
So then they all go into the house. They decide to tie down Leslie Bibb and perform an exorcism on her to get the demon out of her. When they do this, then she then goes into labor and proceeds to first give birth to a child, which is completely normal. Everybody's happy, blah, blah, blah. Demon's still inside her, so she proceeds to then give birth to the second child, which is a demon baby.
Right.
And when the demon baby comes out, it tries to bite and kill everyone.
Right. Rightfully so.
And succeeds.
It's got fangs,
else would it do?
horns, all you know,
Yeah.
all the good stuff. Makes up a demon baby.
Right.
Yeah, it runs around the room, and everyone pretty much takes turns punching it in the head, which, you know, may be a fantasy for some people, but, yeah.
Me.
Oh, we forgot a key part to this movie, though.
Does it involve Key?
No.
Oh.
I see what you did there.
In the beginning of the
That's
movie,
so stupid.
and we don't know that this is going to be an important part, or, well, it's not important, but it factors into the end of the movie, which is in the beginning of the movie, when they move into the house, Rob Corddry starts playing with this lamp, and he continues to keep getting shocked by it. He doesn't know why he keeps playing with it, but he does.
Despite the lamp not being
It
plugged
was God. Yeah, it was divine intervention. No, seriously. That's the only thing it could have been. You got to send that fucking devil baby back to hell.
Right. Well, that where that came from. Nice. Thank you. DJ Rerun. So everybody takes their shots at this child. They can't kill it. They finally throw it into a crib, and then Rob Corddry figures, I'll go get this
I
lamp.
think it's more of a bassinet, but I'm just trying to
Really?
paint a picture here.
Oh, really?
Paint a picture.
I'm with Chad. It's more of a bassinet.
Yeah, it was more of a
Okay.
bassinet.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
We're gonna
whatever.
disagree.
Yeah, it's your opinion. When in Rome. So he goes and grabs the lamp, which has a. What would you guys like to call it? Would it be a trident?
He thrust it like a spear.
Okay, so we're gonna go with spear. I just want to make sure I had the right word.
Yeah.
Not
As long as you say
bassinet.
bassinet,
Well, if
you're
we're talking
fine.
about baby killing tools, I would say coat hanger, but
Well, no,
In
this
this
baby was
case-
out though. When it's out, you don't coat hanger anymore.
oh,
You
okay.
use your shoe. Or a dumpster. You can use the shoe before or after the dumpster. That's really up to you. It's a personal preference.
Oh.
Continue.
I don't know what else to add to that.
The movie ends. They kill the baby. Half
They-
the people die.
They get po' boys.
They
I feel
get
like Rob Corddry's. I feel like Rob Corddry's attack was more demanding of a better explanation than that, though.
Rob Corddry was a hero.
He comes busting in the door and does a flying leap off the corner
Yes.
of the bed
Yes, it was a leap of heroic
and
proportions.
slams the
slow motion.
Yeah.
divinely
Slow-mo.
powered lamp/spear into the baby,
Now,
Slash coat hanger.
I will
which then
say-
catches on fire.
right.
Sets it ablaze.
I will say this. What Rob Corddry did was akin to Poseidon jamming his trident into something.
Okay.
That move. So you
I agree.
you can go for trident for that if you want to describe
How would you
it like
know?
that.
Have you seen Poseidon
Trident
thrusting
Yes.
as?
Haven't you seen Clash of the Titans? I
Not-
don't remember if Poseidon was in Clash of the Titans. No, he was.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't
think.
remember if he tried.
I don't
did
think he
anything, though.
did anything other than release the Kraken.
It doesn't matter. Fuck yourself.
He,
All right, fair
he
enough.
did a lot of things. He's got a kid out there. What's that? Percy Jackson?
We
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
mixing
yeah.
movies, and I'm not okay with
That was a
that.
book.
How do you guys feel about Percy Jackson?
What about?
It got a higher Rotten Tomato score than this did.
I've seen.
I read the
pornos
book.
that
I read the
probably
first
got higher.
book. I haven't watched the movie though.
Eh.
We could do it if you want.
No thanks.
We've got a few movies coming up though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the movie pretty much then ends, other than saying everybody's that's still alive says goodbye, good to see you. Then Key starts walking away and he gets hit by a car,
Yes.
and it literally then goes to credits.
That was the
Pretty
part
much.
that broke
And
my heart.
that's the end of the movie.
Yep.
Well, we forgot to explain to you. During the demon baby fight, the baby bites into the one of the, I think it was Robert Grant's neck. Was he the one that died? Which Reno cop was it?
Thomas Lennon. He plays Dangle.
Dangle.
Yeah, Dangle. That's the one I'm talking about. The baby bites into Dangle's neck, and Dangle looks at the other priest and says, what does he say?
I'm not gonna make it.
I'm not gonna make it. And then he
Do it.
pauses, and then the other guy, Robert Grant, basically puts a gun to his head and blows his brains out. And as he's laying there, he goes, I'm not gonna make it to a hospital.
Call the
Or,
ambulance.
yeah,
Call the ambulance.
Yeah.
And then he dies.
Yeah, then he dies.
Why did you pause in the middle? Why didn't you say the whole thing?
Yeah, but basically, after that movie ends, Key walks out into the middle of the road and gets hit by a car.
Yep.
And credits roll.
What'd you guys think?
Out of everything that we've watched so far, other than Vampire
Oh
Academy,
my god.
Are you serious?
I will still battle you guys on that compared to what we've watched, because it's so bad that it's entertaining.
I want to call you that word that I said I wasn't going to say on this podcast.
Don't.
Use the word. But
Wait, are we
Ca-
down
and
to
com-
just one now?
no, there's two.
Okay.
but
In comparison to
We
Bad
can figure out which one
Milo
it is.
and Rubber, this one was more entertaining. I thought the movie was horrible,
Oh yeah.
but I still enjoyed watching
You're
it.
saying that you think Vampire Academy was more entertaining than this
No,
movie?
no, not than this one.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying
okay. All right.
I was going to say all the other ones were just
Right.
bad, but I was able to sit through Vampire Academy and watch it.
Yeah, I would say this, being the fourth movie that we've done on the podcast before, I think this is probably the best, followed up by Bad Milo for me. The other
Yeah.
two are just garbage.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going with bad unicorns because I don't care about that scale. That's Zach's thing.
Yeah.
But as far as bad movies go, on a scale of 1 to 10, just bad movies, I'd probably give this an 8, 7 or 8.
It's pretty high.
I laughed a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
There were several times during this that I laughed, and if you were watching this with someone who, which is the pretty much the whole point of this is just us talking about movies we'd want to sit around with our friends and watch.
Right.
I would definitely recommend this movie for that because it was
Right.
awful, and there were plenty of things to sit around and make fun of.
Yeah, it
Right.
did only get a 34%, critic wise, which I completely understand that.
That's actually pretty good
What's
for most of
weird,
the movies
though,
we watch.
Is that the user ratings were only 26%.
Nah, people are
Which
dumb.
it's just strange because
Yeah.
most people, they find it funny, and it would you'd think it would have done a little bit better than that. It did only make 5,000 opening weekend.
Opening weekend. I'm sure that means it was a limited release because if you were opening,
That's like a theater.
if you were
Sold
opening
out, yeah.
like
I
10
do
theaters,
remember
you'd make more than
seeing
that.
a trailer for it though. So
I don't.
I don't
okay,
at all.
well, I do remember seeing that.
I hadn't heard
So-
of this movie until I don't even remember what we were doing.
I don't know.
when we saw this trailer
Yeah.
pop up. But yeah, it was interesting.
I enjoyed
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Yeah, I think that their goal in this movie was for it to be pointless,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, basically, Robert Grant and Thomas Lennon, I think they had pretty much creative freedom throughout the movie, and they just wanted to be pointless, because it wasn't a huge budget, and most of the cast had their roles with mainly, little to no pay.
Yep.
From what I understand. But the last couple minutes of the film, I think, were mostly improvised.
Yep. That's what I read.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of what you do when you're a Reno 911 guy who
Right.
gets really bored.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great to just have that freedom? Like, let's make a crappy movie.
Surprised they haven't teamed up with the Broken Lizard guys for a movie.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same type of humor.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll end up there.
Yeah, sooner or later. But last week, movie-wise, we're a little late on this.
Yeah.
But
We got
Fury,
more information this time, though, so because it's not a Sunday night like we normally do.
Yeah, that is true. But Fury last week had a huge opening weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did, 80% critic, 90% user, score. Had 23 million, almost 24 million at the box office, which I heard it was actually really good. I heard a lot of good things about
That
it.
surprises me.
Yeah.
It looked like crap.
Really? I didn't think so. Like, I looked at it and I thought I wanted to see it.
It looked like generic war movie to me, but it might be all right.
It's Brad Pitt, bro.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt
It's a pretty man.
killing Nazis.
It was a pretty man. Angelina Jolie and those 97 children that they raised have sucked the life out of him. How did he go from Fight Club to like old
Killing
man
Nazis?
Pitt that he looks like now? If
He
you
doesn't
see,
look that old.
did you see the gray beard and the?
He's
that-
fucking
that-
old.
he's
He's like
over
50
50.
something.
Is he really?
Yes.
Still, that's a very rapid transformation. For
Look
that
at
man.
Clooney though; he's
really?
got gray going like crazy.
All I'm saying is he aged like that over 20 years. John Stamos looks the same he did back in the
You
80s.
talk about a
see,
beautiful man.
John
I would-
Stamos is a beautiful man.
Yeah.
You got to give him his due.
Yeah. Speaking of beautiful men.
Yes,
No, never mind. I'm not going to go there on that one.
I thought you
Alright.
were gonna say. that
Yeah.
I am, but thank you.
No,
Oh.
not quite. It was going to be one of the hypotheticals, but I feel like that's just
yeah,
too much.
that's just no. That's
All right.
How did Book of Life do last weekend?
17 million on the box office for the opening weekend. Let's see. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 77%. The critics gave it 85. It looked decent though. As far as animated,
You got me backwards here. Critics were 75? Or
critics were
77?
77. Yep.
Okay, you
And
said it backwards.
Users were 85.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
just checking.
But
Men, Women, and Children. That was that sappy movie.
I honestly I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was that.
didn't
It was
stick
that really
with me.
sappy one that had. It was a bunch of different little stories, I think, or something like that. It didn't look
is
that
that
great.
the one with Bill Hader and Kristen Wiig?
Was it? I don't think. I don't remember.
Oh, that was the one. It looked like
You're
it
talking about
looked
Book of
like
Life or Men,
it's the
Women,
one
and
I was
Children?
Men, Women, and Children. It's the one
No,
that
I'm
looked
sorry.
like Love Actually with all the different stories of the
Yeah,
different
yeah, yeah.
couples.
It's with Rosemary DeWitt and Jennifer Garner. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Adam Sandler.
Ugh,
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Mr. Netflix over
Which,
there.
by the way, not a huge Adam Sandler fan.
Are there people that are?
Adam
I hope
Sandler and
not.
Netflix.
I mean, 20 years ago, maybe.
But yeah, he hasn't really made good
Right.
movies. But I did watch over the weekend the movie Rain on Me,
Rain on me.
and I thought it was fantastic.
I don't think of you.
The-
What's it about?
That's the one where his wife and kid died in 9/11.
Yes.
It was pretty
Oh,
decent.
God.
Who was the guy in
and
that?
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, yes.
I could go my entire life without hearing about 9/11 ever again.
I
to remember
understand
it,
what
though.
you're saying, but it's a good movie. It really is.
I don't
He,
have to remember it because no one's ever going to let me fucking forget about it.
Fair enough.
Historical event references aside, it was a good movie. I
Yes.
agree.
Right. I'll take your word for it.
So I suggest seeing it.
I cannot wait for Birdman to come out.
I thought it did. It was limited.
It was
limited.
very limited.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for it to come
Understandably.
out in Florida.
I'm sure it's open somewhere here.
Well, it's
92% expert rating, critic rating. That's not bad.
No, not at all. That was critic and audience.
Yeah. They rarely agree with each other, but
Yeah.
they did.
Pretty
It
well
was
across the board.
I'm interested to see Michael Keaton playing
Michael
Birdman.
Keaton looks like he's
it's
gonna
and Edward
rock that
Norton.
shit.
I saw an interview with
Yeah.
him.
Emma Stone,
yeah.
Naomi Watts.
Emma Stone creeps me out with the
Those
big eyes and
stupid eyes. Yeah.
I
She was
generally
better
think
as a
she's.
redhead.
I
Those
generally
come-
think she's gorgeous.
Those
But
come fuck me eyes.
no, those are like. That's weird.
They look like the black lady from the Guinness Book of World Records. You know when she did that fucking eye thing.
Oh, the one that can bulge her eyes out.
And then you had that series of black people that could bulge their eyes. I never saw a white guy doing it on the show. That's the only reason I'm using color.
We
here.
knew a guy that could.
Who? A white guy?
Yeah,
Really? Who?
Tim.
San Giovanni?
Yeah.
I don't remember ever seeing him do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway,
Probably too drunk.
so have you guys heard of any of these movies that are coming out this
St.
week?
Vincent. That's literally the only one.
Yeah.
And we didn't watch the trailer for
It
Oh, I did watch the trailer for Ouija.
Yeah,
It was on-
Ouija.
It was on the other day.
That-
and
That
it
looks
that
so
was terrible.
Commercials,
stupid.
yeah.
It looks atrocious. They're pushing it real hard.
Yeah, they are.
These horror movies.
Well,
man.
there's not much. There's not much of this week, so I mean, they might as
No.
well push.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to. People are gonna see something.
I feel like we've talked about St. Vincent for 3 weeks now. Because
Which one's
nobody
St.
knows when it's
Vincent?
coming out. That's the Bill Murray one.
Oh
with,
yeah,
Melissa
Because we
McCarthy.
keep seeing different things, when they're coming out.
yeah.
Which,
but-
to be honest, it doesn't look like. I love Bill Murray, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that good of a movie. It really,
Really?
doesn't.
I didn't think it looked like it was going to be that bad. I mean, it's just one of those typical father figure type movies.
I guess it's the Melissa McCarthy part that
yeah, I'm
makes
not a
me
huge
not
fan.
think it's going to
She's
be
a
a good
little
movie.
overrated.
You got a problem with her fat humor.
I just
It's
don't.
okay, you can say it.
I thought she was hilarious in Bridesmaids.
Oh,
I don't care if you agree or not.
What about that football player movie,
never
Precious?
saw it. I'm a dude.
I will say that John Wick
Is that
movie.
is that the movie based on Push by Sapphire, right?
Probably.
Okay, I was just
Make
making
sure you get is Sapphire a male or female? Because we have some listeners that might take offense if you don't know. I'm pretty sure Sapphire.
She is a female.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
There's some douche that listens that always writes into the show talking about how we get the sex wrong of Zane, probably Sapphire. Real people don't know that sort of thing. But anyways, John Wick. That's that new Keanu movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gotten good reviews too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What? Tell me about it. I know I've
know nothing about it.
seen
He's
it.
basically an ex-hitman. He comes out of retirement, to track down these gangsters that took everything from him. So basically, he just goes through New York, raping the shit out of people.
I'm
Not
used to
literally,
mo-
not
Literally.
literally, figuratively.
I'm really used to
Figuratively
movies.
raping them.
I'm used to movies where Keanu plays a confused person, so something where he's not confused seems weird to
He'll
me.
definitely be confused.
Because like even
Yeah.
in like Lake
Why are
House,
you
which
doing
was
this?
awful, it was like, what's going on? How is this happening? I'm confused. Matrix, I'm confused.
As long as he says at
Point
some
Break,
point,
I'll.
I know
I
kung
know
fu.
yes. As long as he says that at one point.
Oh.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the Keanu quotes from that movie. 23 Blast looks like a shitty football movie. Like, speaking of shitty football movies, I watched Draft Day the other day.
Did
Ooh,
you?
It was fucking horrible.
It's Kevin
What was
Costner.
Kevin Costner thinking, though? Like, it was just a bad movie.
And it's
They
about
had-
the Browns.
Well, they had... Yeah, that was my first thing. Like, who the fuck cares about the Browns?
Nobody. Not
Second-
even Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even the Browns care about the
Yeah.
Browns.
The second problem was they had this weird editing, these weird transitions that they did the entire movie. And basically the whole movie was screen sliding into place from different points of view. I don't know how to explain it. It was just, it made the movie a pain in the ass to watch.
So it was like cycling tiles.
Kind of. Like,
Ugh.
that's kind of what it looked like. And, like, some of the characters, like, overlapped into the other scenes.
Like a really
It was-
bad like PowerPoint presentation from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, it wasn't a good movie. Jennifer Garner couldn't say that movie. It was no Electra.
Oh, gosh.
Super smash box office hit right there.
Yeah, and 23 Blast looks like it's basically a football movie.
How does it
Small
not
town
have a
hero.
Rotten Tomatoes rating, but it comes out Friday?
What? 23
23
Blast?
Blast.
I don't know, because nobody wants to fucking see it.
Not even the critics.
No.
Not even the people who are paid to see it want to see it.
Yeah, it's basically about this kid in 97 who was a local hero on and off the field. And he gets stricken with an infection that destroys his optic nerves. Becomes blind over the night.
This sounds awful.
Overnight.
So
yeah.
he goes from like a running back or a wide receiver or something to being the center.
to Anne Frank.
Hunted by Nazis. Yes.
See,
It's
now
a drastic turn of
That's a
events.
movie that I would watch.
I love playing football.
Yeah.
Oh no, we have to go into hiding.
But she has to be very quiet when she's playing.
and she becomes female, or he
Yes.
becomes female.
Yes. It's a really weird infection.
Man, it sounds kind of like the plot from Hell Baby. You just don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. It We're gonna write a script for that movie.
I'd watch it, unfortunately. Going back for a minute, have you guys seen how much weight Zach Galifianakis lost? Like, he just kind of came out of
Hibernation.
hibernation because he was in Birdman.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight. A lot of weight.
Yeah, he looks scary now. He looks like the Geico caveman.
The what?
The
He's
Geico
got a
caveman.
beard.
Caveman. Okay.
Have you seen?
I
looks
haven't seen
malnourished.
those commercials in a while.
Take a look at Zach
I'm
Galifianakis. And
pulling it up now.
It's not quite disgusting like Christian Bale and The
Mm.
Machinist.
that
but-
was
That
disturbing.
was a little extreme.
Yes.
You know,
But-
he got down to 120.
Yeah.
Who did?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
at 120.
What, the
in that
fighter?
movie.
No,
No,
the Machinist.
Machinist.
Yeah.
Machinist.
It's a movie based on.
Was that the movie with
he gets in a
Chase Day?
no.
That was, what movie was that?
He hits someone in his car, and then he doesn't
wow.
realize he continues to keep losing weight, this and that. And if you haven't seen it, sorry, I'm going to ruin it for you. But
Holy shit.
he has survivor's guilt, so he stops eating and everything. And he literally lost all this weight for this movie. He went from being a normal like 180, 190, dropping down to 120, and you could see every bone in his body.
Pretty holocausty.
it was-
it was the
it was pretty
exact
bad.
opposite of his role in, what was it, American Hustle?
Batman. He went from the Machinist to Batman Begins. So he went from 120 to like 240.
Really?
For the yeah, he had to
Gosh.
go immediately to that role. But anyways, the way the movie ends is he's an insomniac. He can't sleep because he killed a child by hitting him with his car, and so he turns himself into the police because they never found out who did it. So he can finally rest now by going to jail. That's pretty much the point of the movie. But it actually is good though.
So, yeah, I saw it. That's weird. What did
I'm
he do to achieve that? Lap band, probably?
Tapeworm.
That too. You can buy tapeworms.
That's
You buy them in a little pill. Take them.
He had a kid too.
Did he?
Yeah.
So, hypothetical question this week.
Oh no.
Yeah. You go to sleep tonight. Tomorrow, you wake up as the opposite sex. What's the first thing that you do?
Check out my tits. I mean,
For me, I do that every day anyway.
that's true. You got some big
I
ones.
got some beautiful titties.
Oh.
Probably try to figure out how to explain it to my wife.
You know what would be the best thing though about waking up and being a woman?
Oh boy.
Getting less pay.
Trying to
I don't feel like that's a good thing.
trying to pee in the morning with morning wood.
Oh, that is true. That is a good thing.
Less hassle, less cleanup.
Yeah. No.
That's why I sit and
I
let it
dig
rub against the toilet.
You seen those chicks that live?
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, you have to.
The gross feeling of just, oh, it's cold and it's gross and germy.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
you remember what was it? Lady J in it. Remember that? Do you remember Lady J in it?
yes.
Chicks stand at the toilet and they basically pull their urethra and
Oh,
labia
no,
in
we're
the
not
direction,
getting into the
so they can
biology of it.
basically
Too
stand
many
at the-
anatomical terms.
They can stand at the toilet and pee like a man. Yeah. Look it up. Lady J in it.
Nope.
It's out there.
Nope.
Trust me.
Nope.
Oh, I'm sad I knew that.
What about you, Josh? What do you do if you wake up in the morning and you're a chick?
That is a good question.
Putting something in your
I don't
snatch?
know why it's a good
Putting
question.
something in your snatch straight off the bat?
That's obviously what I thought of first, but I don't think the first thing I'm going to think about. Well, first off, I'm going to think, what the hell's going on?
You're like, ooh.
Look around for your penis. Where'd it
Yeah.
go? I need it back.
Am I just tucking it back? No, it's not there.
Do you do that sometimes before you go to sleep?
That's
I'll
not the
tuck it
first thing
back.
I would think about.
I mean, besides the obvious things that you would actually do as a woman.
Like take a piss and everything.
No, that's not what I
No.
was going for, but
I thought, well, morning stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wash your hair.
I do that anyway.
He was talking about masturbation.
I know what he was talking
all right,
about.
just clearing it
No,
up.
that's
He
what
said
when I
morning
s-
stuff.
When I, no, well, yeah, true, touche.
Not everyone starts their day off the way you do.
What
You're
is the
doing something wrong.
What is the
then.
first thing I would do? I would probably try to figure out why I'm being so emotional.
You start your
Um,
period immediately.
You don't do that every day anyway?
Damn it. That is so far everything. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'd probably just masturbate. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty standard answer
Yeah.
for most men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what we think. That-
Unless you wake up as a fat chick and you can't reach it.
Oh no!
Oh, I can't go there. Can't say what I was gonna say.
How
Just take
bad,
a turn to.
How bad was what you were gonna say gonna be? I mean,
Not bad.
we don't have many limits here.
That's true. Yeah. If you
Don't
can't reach it, you just go. You go to your nearest urban area and find yourself a nice black man. He'll do it for you.
No.
See, you should have just left it alone.
Urban.
Thanks, Tanner.
I'm
Yeah, I went
done
with Urban.
encouraging
Like
this type
Keith?
of behavior.
He's not. He ain't black.
Keith Urban?
Oh, I thought you said Key.
No.
Oh,
Like Keith Urban.
no, not like Keith Urban.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. what
Darker
Urban-
persuasion.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah,
I read you.
loud and clear. But anyways, that's tonight's episode, guys.
Nice way to end it.
going out with a bang, huh?
Yeah, you always have to go.
Literally.
Literally, exactly. White chicks, bro.
What are we doing next? What movie?
Next week, I don't know. We haven't really talked about it, but my suggestion for next week is Surf Nazis Must Die. It is on Netflix, so you guys can watch it beforehand and follow along. But it's an excellent movie. I had the pleasure of watching it last week. Have any of you watched it yet?
No.
Whew.
I'm excited though.
Surf
Just
Nazis Must Die.
You are in for a treat. It was made in 86, 87, something like that.
did they actually
I don't
surf?
remember. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They surfed.
Does it have Patrick Swayze in it?
Nope.
Okay.
Doesn't need it. This movie stands on its own.
Oh.
Yep.
Strange. When I went to
Surfing movie.
IMDb and typed in surf and then pushed in, Surf Nazis Must Die popped up.
What year?
1987.
87.
Does it have Gary Busey?
Nope.
Oh,
It has no. I don't think it has anyone that you will know in it.
no.
So,
It is
I
a
recognize
very-
none of the top
It's
cast
a
names.
very low budget movie, but it's amazing. We found another one on there too that we wanted to watch but didn't get a chance. FDR, American Badass.
Ooh.
Yeah, also on Netflix.
All right.
Also looks great. So we'll be doing one of those 2 movies, I'm pretty sure. Unless you guys have something else that you would rather do.
I'm for it. Surf Nazis Must Die.
hold on. The other movie that I was suggesting to you earlier that we might have to do in the next couple weeks as well. Proceed. I'll find it.
Okay. I was just gonna say, feel free to check us out on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, YouTube. Everything's pretty much Goose Riot / Goose Riot. Tweet us whatever movies you'd like to see us do. Sleeping Dogs Lie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I've
the
never-
movie that we'll also have to do in the next
Okay.
couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, hit us up and see what we come up with.
Yeah, feel free to give us a comment on what we're doing, what you want to see, what movies you want to see, or what you think about the movies we've been watching.
Yeah, we may start doing trying to do a video game type podcast where we play old video games and get really angry
Yeah.
at the same
It's
time.
gonna happen.
That's
Yeah.
what we do.
It's pretty much gonna happen. So let us know what you guys
Well, it's
think about
happening
that.
anyway. We're just going to put a camera in front of us.
Yeah, give us some game suggestions too, if you feel so inclined.
I will ignore them. I'm playing what I want.
Yeah, pretty much. Probably gonna ignore pretty much any comment and good stuff, but
But
you
no,
know.
we want to hear from you guys. Please, please. Yeah, I'm sorry I hit the table. I get excited.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for listening.
Later.